Hi, this is Louise from paleomagazine.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make ghee in the slow cooker. If you're not familiar with ghee, it's also called clarified butter, and it's just the oil that's left after removing the milk solids from butter. And you can use ghee anytime you would otherwise use butter, and it doesn't have, and even if you're lactose intolerant or casein intolerant, you can still use ghee because it's had all the lactose and casein removed from it. Now, when you make ghee in the slow cooker at home, it's very hard to remove or to strain out all the lactose and casein. So just be aware if you are very, very sensitive to that. So I'm going to start the video by explaining the equipment you need to make ghee in the slow cooker, and then I'm going to go over the 4 steps, and it's very simple. So first, the equipment you'll need for making ghee in the slow cooker. The first piece of equipment is a cheesecloth, and you can use a really fine strainer for this instead if you prefer that. And this is just to strain the milk solids out of the butter. Number 2 is a funnel, and this is optional, and this is again to help strain the milk solids out and to ensure that the ghee flows into your jar. So the third piece of equipment is a mason jar or a jam jar, and I would just make sure that it's a wide mouth jar so that it's easy to spoon out the ghee, and also just make sure that your jar is big enough to fit the ghee. So the general rule of thumb is if you're using 16 ounces of butter to make into ghee, then you'll make about 16 ounces of ghee. So I actually use 2 8-ounce mason jars to store the 16 ounces of ghee. Now, number 4 on the equipment list is the really important one. It's the slow cooker, also called a crock pot, and you can use any brand that you like. Last on the equipment list is the oven mitts, and this is just so that you don't burn your hands when you pick up the slow cooker because it's going to be hot, so that you can pour the ghee into the jars. Okay, now on to the 4 steps involved in making ghee in the slow cooker. So step number 1 is just to place the butter into the slow cooker, and you don't need to chop up the butter at all. Step number 2, you turn the slow cooker on low for about 2 to 3 hours. And you want to make sure that the slow cooker lid is slightly ajar so that the steam can escape. As the butter melts and the slow cooker heats up, the milk solids will brown and they'll fall to the bottom of the slow cooker and also stick to the sides a bit. You might want to check on the temperature of your slow cooker. If your slow cooker really heats at a very low temperature, then you might not see it happening, in which case you might want to turn up the temperature. You'll also see that the butter will start to foam and bubble a little bit, and that's the water escaping from the butter. So step number 3 is once the butter has melted and the ghee, the oil, has separated from the milk solids, then you want to strain the ghee so that all the milk solids taken out of the ghee. And to do that, I find the best way is to place the cheesecloth at the top of the funnel, and then to place the funnel into the mouth of your mason jar, and then to pour the ghee from the slow cooker using those oven mitts so that you don't burn your hands. And the ghee will flow through the cheesecloth into the funnel and then into your mason jar. So step number 4, the last step. This is when you have this beautiful golden ghee, this beautiful golden oil sitting in your mason jar, and you just need to let it cool, and then you can refrigerate it. You technically don't have to refrigerate ghee because it's the milk solids that make the butter go off. So by removing the milk solids, Ghee should be fine at room temperature and should store for a while. Personally, I like to just refrigerate it just in case. It's not like I'm short of refrigerator space, so it's not really an issue for me. Now, lastly, I just want to say, if you do find that making ghee is too complicated for some reason, or you don't have the right equipment, or you just don't want to bother with it, then you can definitely buy great tasting and great quality ghee online. I really enjoyed the Pure Indian cultured ghee. It tastes amazing. It's made from grass-fed butter, and you can get it at this link, paleomagazine.com/Amazon-ghee. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and you can see this entire post, all the photos, and get all the information on our website. The link is appearing on the screen right now, and we have a lot more recipes, a lot of articles on paleo, so check it out. It's paleomagazine.com. Thanks for watching, and please click the subscribe button to be updated when future videos come out. Plus, don't forget to visit paleomagazine.com/paleo101 to pick up your free Paleo Beginner's Guide.